Hi, this is Candy from Scheider Farms, and I'm out here on this gorgeous day. This is a week every year that I look forward to. It takes a little bit of elbow grease, but we're going to get through it. It's taking and transitioning my indoor plants that I use outside in my containers, and then we're going to transition them into the house. And we've had a lot of questions in the last week about succulents and how to transition those. So this is kind of an all-in-one transition. If you follow these tips, you will have success. It's pretty basic. They all are somewhat treated the same way. Let's first talk about succulents because I'm right here by my succulent bird bath. This is done in the spring. I leave it out here all winter, or I'm sorry, all summer. So it's grown, it's quite large. But we are going to transition this by basically it's starting to get a little cooler, and I can't really give you an exact temperature when you would do this, but I just think September, sometimes when the nights start to get down in the 40s, then I start thinking I need to do it. So I'm going to take the bird bath and it gets morning sun here, and I'm going to go put it on the front porch where it gets no sun at all. So the transition will happen up there for at least a week. It will get no rain and it will get no sun. So that helps it acclimate into the house, which still gets bright light in there, but it just doesn't get any direct sun. So that will help the plants transition. Once I get it up to the shade, then we want to make sure we clean it really good with a spray. So I use on all of my indoor plants and my succulents before they go in the house, a couple of 3 days before, I spray them really good with the 3-in-1 spray. So that gets rid of spiders and ants and just anything that's in the planter. And trust me, there are plenty of bugs in there. So I want to get rid of them all. So I'll spray it down really good. It won't hurt the plant as long as it's in shade. You can't do this when it's out in the sun. So you want to do it when it's in shade or up there transitioning in complete shade. So that's that. So I'm going to transition that up there. So then for my other indoor plants, and I have a few behind me, I have a syngonium. I have a very large sansevieria back there that's in a mixed container. And all these plants, I'm going to spray good with a hose first. So I'm going to spray them down really good and get all the spider webs and just anything, dirt and things off of them, and let them dry for a day. Then they will transition up to the porch, which again gets no sun at all. So it's a completely covered area. You can use your garage for that, open the door, but maybe leave them in a garage if you don't have a space like that, or under a tree where they get just no sun at all. So then once they're dried off really good, a couple days before I bring them into the house, then I will again spray them with the 3-in-1 spray. If you just want to use things in your house, and you can do that with succulents too, just use a little bit of dish soap in a spray bottle of water and spray them really good. You can take a microfiber cloth, which works really well, clean the leaves really good while they're outside. This is just a perfect week to do it. It's beautiful. It's supposed to be warm all week, so you can really clean them up good. And then you can transition them in. So this particular plant, just so I can show you, a lot of times people don't understand. They want to pot everything up in a planter. So this is a big pot, but this plant is really not. I potted this up in May into a bigger pot, and it actually could be potted up again because it's a pretty aggressive plant, but I'm not going to. But in the house, then I drop them into these large pots, and they just look really so much better. They look like a larger plant. You can't see the pot. Everything looks clean. It just looks really good. This syngonium, also, I use crocks in the house a lot. They don't have drainage, so I'm always looking, but you can drop a pot this big. I'll cut all the dead leaves off, drop it into a pot like that, and it just looks really, really good. Also, another tip, just because I did this and I think you'll think it's pretty cool. This is the exact plant that I just cut off, like probably a month or two ago. And it's this exact plant. I just cut it literally to the bottom, and look how sweet and cute all those little leaves are. So if you want to cut it back, if it's getting too big, you can always cut it all the way back, and it'll be like this in a few weeks. The other plant, these If you don't have one, you need one. They are sweet. This is how big they get outside. This is probably 3 years old. And it has some indoor plants that actually overwintered in the house. And they actually almost look like they were dead in the house, but they will come back. But it's a huge Sansevieria, and it definitely needs cleaned before you go in. You can trim back any plants that you have on the outside, and it's in a huge pot. I will not try to go into dividing any of these plants in this video, but just suffice it to say, you just need one of these in your house. Like, you can put them anywhere. You can put them in a bedroom or just anywhere. So I will move it and put it right inside the door here. That's where it's going to live for the rest of the winter. And I can enjoy it every day when I'm in my kitchen. So that's it. I think we covered everything, did we not? And we will look forward to seeing you in the greenhouse. If you have any questions about bringing plants in or how to take care of them, you can always call us or message us and we will get back with you. But we'll see you in the greenhouse.